Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndidi, your resident medical SLP, and today we're going to be talking about what I majored in undergrad and how I ended up as a medical SLP. Let's get into it. So when I was in high school, I was super interested in sports broadcasting, and I was like dead set on being like a sports analyst and majoring in communications. I was super interested in that. So when I went into my undergrad, I majored in communications. So basic communications. I was in like a TV programming thing where we went to football games and all that kind of stuff, and we interviewed the athletes. And I was not the best at like having stage presence and like saying lines. The best at saying my lines, like scripted lines and stuff. So I quickly realized that like communication wasn't my thing. So all at the same time, I was also interested in nursing. I was interested in nursing, so I started taking like the nursing prerequisite classes. So I took like some bio classes. I think I took chemistry. I took like a lot of the prereqs for nursing. Then while I was doing that, I started taking engineering classes. I started taking linguistics classes. I became really interested in linguistics and anthropology. So I had like so many courses in anthropology that I could double major in anthropology and communications. And then I also had like a very extensive background in linguistics because those were like, I was super interested in it. I graduated anthropology and communications from UC Davis. I went into, what's it called? After that, I went to a school and I started teaching as a response to intervention, like a aid for like reading and like with little kids and stuff. So I wasn't really sure like what I was gonna do. And I remember my uncle sent me a list of all of these things in the medical field that I could potentially do. It was like PT, OT, speech, rehab tech, like all of these different things. I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna research every single one of these things and then figure out which one I want to do and which one I am like the most suited for. So I started researching, and then I realized like speech therapy or speech pathology was my area of interest. So it had been like a year, or not even a year after I had graduated from undergrad, and I decided to go to, there's like a local called like Providence, and I went in there and I started interning. I just started interning on my days off because I was still working at that school. And when I was working at that school, I was trying to figure out why these particular kids were having so much trouble with reading. Second graders and first graders that had like, they were super far behind in reading. I'm like, is it their economic background? Like what is it that's behind these things? So I felt like it was perfect because I was already interning. I interned for 4 months at that speech pathology clinic with like little kids. I have my niece here. I think she wants to be featured. Hold on. We're just gonna cover this up. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. I had already interned for like a super long time, maybe like 4 months, and I really enjoyed it. We did, it was like early intervention, so 16 months, like little kids, and we would do like little classes, and I think they were fine with me just interning. I had to get like a little background check, but I was interning and like I made it one of my priorities. So I decided I was like, well, okay, if I want to do speech pathology, I don't have a background in speech pathology. I didn't major in speech pathology, so I have to like narrow it down. So I literally researched every school. So I decided like, okay, I want to go to school in these 5 states: Texas, California, and New York. So no, these 3 states. Oh, in Arizona. And then I was like, in each state, I'm going to research and find every single program that allows you to come in with a degree that's not related. So there are a very few select amount of programs that allow you to come in with a background from somewhere else. And then your first year will be all of your GEs, and it'll be more of like a 3-year program rather than a 2-year program. So I researched the heck out of everything. I came up with, I think it was like 10 schools, and I said, I'm going to apply to each one of these schools. Back when I was applying, it was San Diego State, Cal State, East something, like up north. Syracuse is one of them. Columbia Teachers College, definitely one of them. And then there was a few more in Texas and Arizona. So I applied to all of those. Once I got into Teachers College, Columbia University, I was like, I'm going to Columbia. It was like a dream. I got into Teachers College, Columbia University, and I did, my first year was, all of like the general education. And once you have to have an A or B, maintain A or B, you cannot get below that. Once you prove that you've done those, then you go into your next 2 years, and then after that, after it's like a 2.5 year program, after that you're good to go. I know there's a lot of people asking like how, like, advice for undergrad. If you're already in a program, in a CSC program, you're already focused on that, then you're already ahead of the game, and you applying to grad school is going to be like an easier, path. You're not gonna have to do so much work. But I would just give advice, if you feel like you are not getting into your grad programs that you want to get into, do interns. I think I did about 3 or 4 internships. I would just call the local, I would look up, everything is about research. Speech therapists in my area, the private practices, and I will call them or email them and say, I am an undergraduate student and I'm interested in just observing, interning, and a lot of them would be like, okay, sure. So they would have me come in and I would observe, everything like that. So I think nowadays, because of, all of the restrictions and stuff, you probably need to, mask up. But I think private practices would still be more than happy to, show you the ropes. That really adds to your resume, voluntarily going there, using your time wisely and, focusing on what you want to do in your future. And then also when I was applying, I think I had this strategy of, for Teachers College particularly, I went through every single professor, and there was a professor named Kate Crowley that I was super interested in. Interest was like multi-ethnic and diversity and different populations, going to Ghana, doing all this stuff. So I literally, you have to, if you're really passionate about it, you have to do the research. I researched all about her, like where she was, different students that had already been in her course. So when I was writing up, I had already, mentioned things about her or mentioned things about the program that, I could add to. And I think that really, pushed me forward, because I was not coming in with any background in any kind of communication sciences and disorders. My background was anthropology and communication. So to all my people out there who really want to get into the field, they don't know how, they'll make it from point A to point B. This is just encouragement. Do your internships, research, find the programs that allow you to come in and do your prereqs. Or if you want to, you can do your prereqs by yourself, community college, whatever you feel like is best for you. For me, it was better to just have everything all together in one program where I could just go there, finish it, and then I'm good to go, and then I have a job. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please subscribe, hit the like button if you like videos like this and you want to see more about medical speech and language pathology. Okay, love you guys so much. Bye. Mwah.